Hi guys, today we are going to do a strong flow. There's going to be a lot of constant movement with your breath here, a lot of strong postures, but we're going to take it slow and move through everything nice and easy. So let's get started. Coming into a child's pose, bring your knees out as wide as your mat, pressing your hips back onto your heels and sinking down into your mat. Feeling your forehead press against the ground, tuning into your breath. And gently pressing up out of that, coming onto all fours. Coming into your cat-cow, taking a big inhale, arching your back. And exhale, rounding. And twice more just like that, big inhale, arch. And exhale, round. One more time, big inhale, arch. Exhale, rounding, pressing forward, down into your mat, sinking your hips, coming into a gentle cobra. Maybe swaying a bit side to side, opening up your back body. And coming back into that child's pose. Bring your toes together, knees apart, sinking back. Breathing here. Coming back out of that child's pose, tucking your toes, shifting your hips right back into your downward dog. Keeping a nice bend in the knees, maybe swaying your hips a bit side to side to open up the back body. Pedaling out your feet to open up the backs of the legs. And from here, keeping a bend in your knees, just releasing your elbows down onto the mat, coming into your dolphin. Making sure your wrists and your elbows are in line with each other. Pressing firmly up and back, lifting your hips. Breathing here. From here, coming into your forearm plank, just walking your legs back, igniting into your core. Holding. And bring your knees down and your hips down, untucking your toes, coming into your Sphinx, thinking about bringing your chest towards the top of your mat, pulling it through your arms. And tucking your toes once more, pressing up into that forearm plank, holding, warming up the core, quick and easy here. And bring your knees back down, hips back down, coming back into that Sphinx. Pressing up and out of your chest towards the top of the mat, getting a nice stretch through your back body. Releasing out of that. Bring your hands right beside your ribs, tucking your toes, pressing up into your plank pose. If this is too much for you, can you bring your knees down, building some strength just that way as well. And coming back into your downward dog. Moving a bit more here now, taking a big inhale, lifting your right leg up, down dog split. And as you exhale, sweeping it forward into your low lunge. Coming into your runner's lunge, maybe rocking a bit back and forth, swaying your hips a bit side to side. Just feeling into your body, seeing how you feel today. And pressing your palms into the mat, stepping back into your plank pose. And lowering halfway down into your chaturanga. And right back up, coming into your downward dog. Doing the same thing up and over on the other side. Big inhale, lift your left leg, down dog split. Exhale, sweeping it through, coming into that lunge. Getting cozy here, maybe rocking a bit side to side, or just hanging out where you're at. Pressing into your palms, bring your legs together to meet into that plank. This time lowering halfway down, holding here, breathing, building some strength, and pressing right back up, sending everything back into your downward dog. On your next inhale, right leg lifts, down dog split, sweeping it through, low lunge. This time coming up into your high lunge. Bring your hands down onto the mat, stepping back, plank pose. Lowering halfway down, coming into your up dog or cobra, whichever feels nice for you. And sending everything back into your downward dog whenever you're ready. Big inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, sweeping it through, low lunge. Coming up into your high lunge. Bringing everything back down to the mat, coming back into your plank, and flowing through your vinyasa however you'd like, maybe lowering halfway down, coming into your cobra or upward dog, and meeting me back in downward dog. Taking your time getting there, moving with your breath. Taking a big inhale, lifting your right leg, down dog split. Exhale, sweeping it forward, low lunge. Big inhale up to your high lunge, sinking in. Big inhale, straightening out your legs. Exhale, sinking back into that lunge. Twice more just like that. Big inhale, straightens everything up. And exhale, sinking back in. And one more time. Big inhale, lifts everything up. Exhale, sinking it in. Bring your hands down onto the mat. Coming into a twist over to your right side. Pressing your left hand down into the mat. Opening everything up to the right. Gently bringing down that back knee, releasing that right hand, shifting your hips back, coming into your half split, straightening out that right leg. Bending to that front knee, planting your palms down, tucking your back toes, shifting back into your plank, flowing through your vinyasa, doing whatever feels nice here, and meeting me back in downward dog whenever you're ready. Big inhale, lifting up your left leg, down dog split, and sweeping it through into your low lunge. Big inhale lifts everything up into your high lunge, sinking in. Big inhale lifts everything up, and exhale sinks you back in. Twice more just like that. Big inhale lifts, and exhale sink. One more time. Sinking in. Bring your hands down onto the mat, planting down your right hand, opening everything up to your left side. Gently bringing down that back leg, releasing that left hand, shifting your hips back, straightening out that front leg. Getting a nice stretch here in the back of your leg. Maybe rocking your hips a bit side to side. Just open everything up a bit. Just seeing how you feel. Gently shifting everything forward, pressing back into your plank, flowing through whatever feels nice for you. Maybe lowering halfway down, pressing up into your cobra or upward dog, shifting everything back, downward dog. On your next inhale, lifting your right leg up, down dog split. This time bending into that knee, opening up the hips, maybe turning over to your right side. Squaring everything off, bringing it forward into your low lunge. Coming up into your high lunge. Big inhale lifts everything up, opening up into your warrior two. We're going to be here for a little while, holding nice and easy. Feels good to sway but side to side. Or just hanging out where you're at. Just moving with your breath. Your inhales lift you up a little bit, and your exhales sink you a bit deeper into the pose. And on your next inhale, big inhale, lifting everything up. Bringing your heels in, toes out, sinking into your knees, coming into your goddess. You can have your hands here at your heart, maybe coming out to goalpost arms, or just right down by your side. Swaying a bit side to side. Thinking about pressing your knees back towards the back of the mat, and just sinking in. And on your next inhale, lifting up, straightening out your legs. Exhale, sinking right back in. Big inhale, lift. And exhale, sink. Big inhale, lifts everything up. And exhale, sinking in. Twice more, just like that. Big inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. And big inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. One more time, lifting everything up. This time, parallel out your feet with the edges of your mat. Coming into a forward fold, just folding over. You can have a forward fold whichever way you like. Maybe bring your hands down onto the ground, clasping your elbows, swing a bit side to side, just taking it whatever way feels nice for you. Breathing in more space and opening into the backs of the legs. And bring your right palm right underneath your face, lifting everything up and open to your left side, coming into a twist. Coming back through center, switching the arms, bringing the left arm down, lifting the right arm up, and twisting. And releasing back through center, walking everything out to the top of your mat, planting your palms down, stepping back into your plank, holding, breathing. You can do it. We won't be here long. Moving through your nice flow, or just meeting me back in downward dog, taking your time getting there. Big inhale, left leg lifts, bending into that knee, opening up the hip. Straightening everything out, sweeping it forward, coming into that low lunge. Big inhale lifts everything up into your high lunge, sinking in. Big inhale lifts everything up, opening up into your warrior two. Getting cozy here. We're going to be here for a few breaths. Letting your breath move you through the movements. Big inhale lifts everything up. Coming into that goddess, I'm going to turn around so I'm facing you. Just bringing your heels in, toes out, sinking into your knees, doing whatever you'd like with the arms. Once again, you can come into goalpost arms, maybe having your hands at your heart, or just having them down at your side. Whatever feels best for you. You don't have to do the same thing you did on the other side. Just moving with whatever works in this moment. And breathing here. Taking a big inhale, lifting everything up and sinking back in, bending into your knees. Big inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. And big inhale, lift. Exhale, sinking in. Twice more, just like that. Big inhale lifts everything up. And exhale, sink. And big inhale, lift. Exhale, sinking back in. Taking a big inhale, lifting everything up. Parallel out your feet with the edges of your mat. Folding over, forward fold. This time we're just going to walk our hands over to one side, grabbing hold of the leg, wherever works best for you. Just opening up that one side of the body. Breathing. Bringing space into those hips and legs. Releasing out of that, walking over to the opposite side, grabbing hold of that leg. Walking everything to the top of your mat, coming into your plank. And you guessed it right, we're going to be holding here for a few breaths. You got this. If this is too much, you can always come back down onto your knees or just take it back into a child's pose or a downward dog if you're not feeling it at the moment. This is your practice. Do whatever works best for you. And moving through your flow, meeting me back in downward dog, taking your time getting there. Taking a nice gentle walk up to the top of your mat, folding over once you get there, maybe clasping the elbows, swaying a bit side to side, just hanging out where you're at. And taking a big inhale, lifting everything up, coming up to stand, sinking into your chair pose from here, sending your hips back, making sure your knees don't go too far over your toes. You want to be able to see your toes from your chair pose. And taking a big inhale, planting your palms together, exhale, twisting over to your right side, coming into a twist. From here, pressing firmly down into your right foot, lifting your left leg up off the mat, and gently sending it back to the back, coming into a low lunge. Keeping your hands where they're at, gently pressing up off of that back leg, sending it right back into your chair pose, keeping the twist, breathing here. And releasing out of that. Big inhale lifts everything up. And exhale, folding over, coming into a forward fold. Taking a big inhale, rounding up to stand, and exhale, sinking back into that chair pose. Maybe sinking your hips a bit lower. And taking a big inhale, planting your palms together. Exhale, twisting over to your left side. Breathing here, each breath bringing you a bit deeper into that twist. And this time firmly pressing down into your left leg, lifting up your right leg, gently placing it back, coming into that low lunge. Holding here, twisting. Gently pressing back up off of that back foot, bringing it to meet your left foot, coming into that twist even a little bit deeper. And on your next inhale, lifting everything up to the sky. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And exhale, folding over, forward fold. Letting everything release. Swaying a bit side to side. Maybe clasping your elbows. If it feels really nice, you can place the tops of your hands down onto the mat, stepping onto your palms with your feet. It's a nice release for the wrists and a really nice stretch for the calves. Releasing your hands, planting your palms down into the mat, stepping back into your plank. You're going to be holding here for a minute. If this is too much for you, if you're not up for holding a plank pose, come into your child's pose. Once again, bring your knees down, or just hang out in a downward dog. Breathing your way through it. If things start to get tense, maybe rocking gently back and forth, side to side. Letting the movement and energy flow throughout your body. And lowering halfway down and releasing all the way down onto your mat. Pressing your palms down, pressing the feet, tops of the feet down into the mat, coming up into your cobra. Big inhale. And exhale, release. Twice more just like that, pressing everything in, lifting up. And exhale, release. One more time, coming up into your cobra. And this time coming back into your child's pose. You can come into a wide-legged child's pose here, bring your knees out to the edge of your mat, or just bring your knees together. Bring your hands out, or having them resting at your side. Breathing here. Gently pressing up out of that child's pose, coming onto all fours, tucking your toes. We're just going to hover our knees up off the mat just a few inches, keeping your back flat, your hips tracing over your knees, your wrists right underneath of your shoulders. Keeping a bend in your knees, pressing back, downward dog. Nice deep bend in the knees, lifting your hips up high, 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 and straightening your legs out. Downward dog. On your next inhale, right leg lifting, down dog split, bending into that knee, opening up the hips. If you feel it really nice to tip over, you can come into your rock star, opening up your back a little bit more. Gently releasing out of that, coming back into that down dog split. Sweeping that leg forward, low lunge. Big inhale lifts everything up into your high lunge. Exhale, sinking in. Big inhale presses you forward, coming up onto that right leg, bringing that left knee into stand. Holding onto that left knee, maybe swaying a bit side to side. And grabbing a hold of the toes with your two-piece fingers and thumb. You're going to straighten out that leg, getting a nice stretch into that left leg. If this is too much for you, you can just hang out here. Maybe grab a strap. That would really help out. You can have as much of a bend in your knee as you need. Just breathing, holding. And gently releasing the clasp of your toe, coming into that warrior three right from there. Bring your hands to your chest or back at your side, breathing and holding. Gently bending into the right knee, also into the left. Coming from there into your chair pose. Big inhale, lift your arms up, sinking deeper into that chair, holding here. And folding over, forward fold, straightening out your legs, letting everything release. Stepping your left leg back, coming into that low lunge. Bringing down that back knee. Straightening out your front leg. Bending back into that knee, tucking your back toes, coming back into your plank, holding here, breathing. We won't be here for long. Lowering halfway down, coming up into that upward dog, and right back into your downward dog. Doing the same thing, up and over on the other side. Big inhale, lift your left leg up, bending into that knee, opening up the hips. If you want to tip it over into your rock star, opening up the back body. Shifting everything back forward, coming into that downward dog split once more. Sweeping it through, low lunge. Big inhale lifts everything up into your high lunge, sinking in. On your next inhale, shifting everything forward, coming up to stand, grabbing a hold of that right knee. Clasping a hold of the right big toe with your two-piece fingers and thumb, straightening it out. Breathing, holding here. Gently releasing your toe, bringing that right leg back, coming into your warrior three. Having a gentle bend into that front bottom leg. Keeping your back flat and breathing. And slowly, slowly bending both knees, coming into that chair pose, sinking your hips nice and deep, checking in with your knees and your toes, making sure everything's lined up. Taking a big inhale, lifting everything up, and exhale, folding over, forward fold. Rounding up to stand, taking a big inhale, lifting your arms up above your head, planting your palms together, bringing them into your chest, floating your eyes closed, focusing on your breath. Noticing how you feel. Gently fluttering your eyes open, taking a big inhale, lifting your arms up. Exhale, folding over, forward fold. Stepping your right leg back this time, bringing down that right knee, straightening out that left leg. Shifting everything forward, planting your palms down, coming into that plank one more time. Lowering everything halfway down, coming into that up dog, and right back, downward dog. Gently walking your hands back to meet your feet, coming back into a forward fold. This time heel toeing your feet out to the edge of your mat, keeping them parallel with the long edge of your mat, just folding over and a little bit wider of a forward fold. Keeping your feet where they're at, keeping a gentle bend in your knees, walking your hands out, coming into a down dog with wide legs, pressing your hips up towards the sky or ceiling. And bring your feet back to center, coming into that regular downward dog. Taking a big inhale, lifting your right leg up, down dog split. Feels good to open up the knee, bending into it, or maybe tipping back over into that rock star. Go ahead and do that. And gently coming back forward, coming back into that down dog split. This time sweeping that leg forward, coming into your pigeon pose. Getting comfortable here. If this is too much on your hips, you can place a block underneath that right hip, lifting it up a little bit and giving it a little bit more support. If this feels good for you, taking a big inhale, lifting your chest up, and exhale, folding over, letting everything release wherever is comfortable. and wherever you get the best opening. If you feel any pain or tension in your knees, just back out of it a little bit. Other than that, just breathing and holding here. If it feels good here, maybe stay here a bit longer. If not, just taking your time, pressing your way up. Maybe opening up to your left side, clasping a hold of that back foot, bringing it in towards your body. Once again, if you feel any pain or tension, just gently easing right back out of it. Maybe clasping the hands here, getting a nice stretch in the chest and the shoulders. And gently releasing out of whatever you have going on there. Pressing your hands firmly down into the mat, tucking your back toes, shifting it right back into your downward dog. Big inhale, lifting up your left leg. Once again, maybe tipping it over into your rock star, or just hanging out where you're at, opening up the hip. Sending it back forward. Down dog split takes you straight into that pigeon pose. Sinking in. Getting cozy wherever feels best for you. Taking a big inhale, lifting everything up. And gently folding over. Letting everything relax. Breathing breath right into that left hip. Letting it release and soften with each breath. Gently coming out of that, pressing your hands into the mat, walking them back towards your hips. If you like to reach around and grab a hold of that back leg, bringing it in towards your chest. It's a nice opening for that leg. If you'd rather hang out where you're at, that's great too. Gently releasing out of that, pressing your palms into the mat, tucking your back toe, coming back into your downward dog. Walking your feet up to meet your hands, taking your time getting there. Once you reach the top, just folding over. Bending into your knee, coming down to sit. Coming into a forward fold here, with your legs wide, bringing them out as wide as your mat. Lifting everything up here, taking a big inhale, and exhale, folding over. If you have a pair of blocks, you can set them underneath of your hands or your elbows, or maybe just sinking in, taking nice deep breaths to lower you deeper and deeper into the pose. We're going to be here for a little while, just focusing inward and breathing. Keeping in mind your toes, you want to flex them up towards the sky or the ceiling. Gently pressing your hands back to meet your body, bringing your legs together and rounding down onto your back. Bring your knees with you, gently rocking back to get there. Maybe swaying a bit side to side, rocking. Just feeling your spine, being supported by the ground beneath you. And releasing your feet down onto the mat, pressing your palms firmly down and lifting up your hips, coming into your bridge pose. Gently releasing out of that. Windshield wiping your legs from side to side. And coming back to center. Taking one more back bend here. You can take another bridge. Or if you'd like, you can bring your palms back behind you, lifting up into that wheel. Holding and breathing wherever you're at. Gently releasing out of your back bend. Keeping your feet pressed down onto the floor. And very slowly and gently windshield wiping your legs from side to side, releasing your lower back. Coming back to center, bring your knees into your hands, letting your legs fall away from you. And then gently bringing your knees in towards your chest, maybe swaying a bit side to side here. Releasing your feet back down onto the mat. Picking up your hips, bring them over to the right side. Just letting your legs fall over to the left, coming into a twist. If you want this to be a little deeper, you can always cross the right leg over top of the left and twisting. Gently releasing out of that, coming back to center, picking your hips up, bringing them over to the left side, coming into the twist, either with your legs crossed or just coming side by side. Letting everything release. And gently coming back to center, sending your hips down onto the mat. Bring your knees in, giving them one last squeeze. And letting everything release, Shavasana. Bring your arms down to your side. Your legs out wide. Gently floating your eyes closed and settling in. If you'd like, feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. If you're ready to come out of it, gently wiggling your fingers and your toes. Rolling around your wrists and your ankles. Taking a nice big stretch up above your head. And coming up to sit however you'd like. Maybe rolling over onto one side. And pressing up from there. Or gently rocking up to sit. Coming into a nice easy seat here. Eyes closed. Hands resting on the legs. Taking a big inhale, floating your arms up above your head, planting your palms together. Bring your thumbs into your chest. And all together, taking a big inhale. A nice long exhale. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys next time.